welcome into the Early Engine 5. I'm your host, Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. And I'll tell you what, we're not going to waste any time. Let's bring in the stars of the show. Let's get this thing going because, first off, my man EC, all right? It's a brand new week. I've been hearing about some of your golf stories here. You've been firing at the tees. You're going to be firing at picks. Can't wait to hear those. But first, Spector, do you play golf? And two, hit me with them picks, buddy. What you got?
I do not play golf, and I'm actually looking to go to the driving range maybe next week, actually, just to give it a shot. Everyone keeps talking about it. I feel like I just got to join in at some point. So we'll get there.
I'm sure that you'll find some sort of calculative angle to make it where you're firing like
his distances will be amazing always. He'll be like to the millimeter.
Yeah, I already told them when we go and we're gonna make a SportsLine AI version for golf, and when we do that, golf lessons will be paid for at some point for me, because otherwise, how am I supposed to make a model if I don't know the true nuances? So we're gonna get there for sure.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it reminds me of that old story of like Jack Nicklaus in the 80s at Augusta. He looks at his caddy, and his caddy hands him, a 3-iron or something, and it's like, it's about 223, 224. And Jack goes, well, is it 223 or 224? Like, that's going to be Spector, like, dead on, right to the yardage. Specs, hit us with your play, man. What you got, bro?
All right. Well, we're going to the NBA for the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum over 13.5 rebounds and assists at -113. With Embiid doubtful, the Celtics get to go into the paint. They are going to attack the paint. And the 76ers will probably play a little more spread basketball and shoot that three a little bit more. What that means is high, long rebounds, which is definitely Jason Tatum's style to get more rebounds. But even if Embiid miraculously somehow plays, in the 4 games the 76ers played the Celtics, where Embiid did play this season, Tatum averaged 16 rebounds and assists and went over 3 out of those 4 games. In the first series with the Hawks, he also averaged 15.3 rebounds and assists per game. I just think this line is a little bit low. I think they might be expecting a blowout and Tatum comes out. So let's hope the Sixers keep it close enough for Tatum to stay in and go over this number.
There we go. Now, I'll tell you what, speaking of that exact same thing, first off, Barner, do you play golf? Second, in the chat, my man Brian asked the question. I think that we're all wondering here, right? Mikey B, have any thoughts on Embiid? How healthy is he actually? So you could skip the golf part if you want. But as for Embiid, and then your picks as well, bro, what you got?
Yeah, I don't think Embiid's going to play. It sounds like they're hoping to get him back in game 2. It would make sense for them if he's not ready to it's going to be tough to win this game, even if he's healthy. But if he's not 100%, I would definitely sit him out this game. So I'd say best case scenario is you might get Embiid back for game 2. I do not golf. I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old, so I barely have enough time to cut the grass. And now let's go to our picks. We'll do Jamal Murray over 24.5 points at -127. The Mikey B special was Jamal Murray over 2.5 3-pointers when he's at home. We lost that. It's now up to 3.5 at plus odds. I still don't mind that, but I'll take the points over instead. He had 34 points at home in game 1. He was 13 for 24 from the field, nailed 6 3-pointers. He's got at least 34 points in 3 of 4 home games during the playoffs. The one that he didn't, he had 24, so he would have just missed this over. During the regular season, shot 46.3% from the field at home and 44.3% on the road. He's going to get a lot of shots, a lot of minutes. So we'll do over 24.5 points. And then we'll go to the Celtics game. We'll do Derek White over 13.5 points at -123. As the regular season went on, he took on a larger role for the Celtics. In that series against the Hawks, he played at least 30 minutes in all 6 games. That helped him score at least 18 points 4 times. He had plenty of success against the 76ers during the regular season. They played 4 times, and he had at least 18 points in 3 of those games. We only need 14 here, so I like him to hit the over.
You know what? I like him to hit the over, too. I like that. And I'll tell you what, EC, obviously, the spot. It's got your name on it. It's got your chair. So I'm going to go next. One quick play from me. Go with the Reds team total over 3.5 today. They're on the road against the Padres here. San Diego coming back from their Mexico City series that they've been playing. Not to mention the Padres are throwing Blake Snell on the mound, who to start 2023 has been, atrocious, right? Lastly, this Reds team, we talk about it on this show over and over and over. This Reds team, this lineup, top to bottom, is built to smash on lefties. I think they continue that tonight. Didn't want to play the whole game. Didn't want to mess around with that. But I do believe that the Reds score 4 runs or more. So let's hit on that one. All right, now, EC. Brand new week, brand new man. Look at Sharp. Hit us with your plays. Parlay time. What do you got?
All right, AB. Well, first of all, if there's one thing that's cooler than my dating profile, and I don't mean like hip, I'm talking about ice cold. It was my parlays and picks last week.
I thought you were about to go Outcast on it. What's cold?
No. Do I look that cool, AB? Clearly not. No. By the way, the golf story, for those of you wondering, I shot an 80 the other day, which is by far my best, but ended double bogey. So just when I thought life was turning around, after a bad week of picks, then that happens. I mean, listen, I'm thrilled with an 80. Never come close to that before, but I had 70s in my grasp, and I do that. It's pretty choke worthy right there. But all right, we're going to bounce back this week. Listen, if some of you want to fade me, I don't blame you. I hope you lose if you fade me. Those who want to play this stuff, I mean, it's true. We're gonna streamline it this week. We're gonna hopefully get it back on track, and then the haters will go away. We hope. Okay, let's start with the Red Sox Blue Jays game. Jose Barrios over 2.5 earned runs allowed at -140. This one's also drifted, might be a little bit further, like -150 right now. And I'll tell you why. Because the winds are blowing out at Fenway Park to left center at like double-digit speed, like 14 miles an hour is what I saw this morning. Barrios on the road this season, 0-3 with a 7.56 ERA. So the over is hit in 2 of his 3 road starts. Boston, 3rd in runs scored, 2nd in doubles in the league, and 8th in home runs. I think the runs will be aplenty at Fenway Park tonight. And along those same lines, even though he's not a righty and probably doesn't hit the ball to left center field all that much, let's roll with Masaka Yoshida over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. And we're laying some serious juice here at -150. But here's why. The guy has a 10-game hit streak, and he's over this number, over this 1.5 total in 9 of those. Scored a run in 5 of his last 7 games, and he's going to hit in the middle of the order. In the last 10 games, he's hitting between 2nd and 5th. I haven't taken a look at the lineup today, but check into that. He has RBI opportunities. He has run scored opportunities. The wind is blowing out against a pitcher that it has not been great on the road. It's all there. And so you can't parlay these two together, but we're using that whole same game formula, and let's hope it works out for us. And then here's the parlay of the day, and I love this bet. I think the Suns are going to win tonight. I know I'm biased, like speculator is with the Warriors, me with the Suns. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant to combine for 60 or more points. I got it at -120. I've seen it as low as -110 on FanDuel. It's one of their parlays that you can select. So in the 4 Suns wins against the Clippers, they had 63, 73, 61, and 78. In the 2 losses that they've had in the playoffs, 53 and 56. Might have gone over on Saturday, but they took him out of the game because it was a blowout. I think the Suns bounce back tonight. I think they take care of business against the Nuggets, get the series 1-1, and Booker and Durant very well could both go for 30, but I think they combine for over 60 tonight. And one tip, now I don't have a bet on this, but I just want to give you guys a trend in hockey. If you want to play it tonight, the Rangers have won 3 games against the Devils in this series. They've scored 5 goals in each of those games, and each one of them has gone over 5.5, obviously. The Devils, in their 3 wins in the series, they've been the combined totals have been under 5 goals each. So if you want to play one, Rangers and over, Devils and under, probably not a good bet if you want to add that to your parlays.
Okay, so I want to bring in a little inside baseball here real quick. All right, so about the entire early edge, like shows, everything, the whole brand. All right, Snake, Coach, and myself, we'll talk daily in regards to setting up the shows, making sure that, we're on our game. Snake invented, the marquee matchups that you see every morning, right? Which has been a massive, addition to the shows, right? So it's just things about like that. Now, my favorite part is my contribution is make sure EC never changes whatsoever, because I don't know what I love more. You starting your promo that you just cut there, yelling at the audience, right? Or throwing Spector under the bus with the Warriors. Like, well, I mean, that's how he'd feel about them too.
I mean, he does, and I don't blame him. I didn't text him. Listen, I was a nice guy. I did not text him after Friday night when they lost because I knew he wouldn't want to hear from me. Well, he probably doesn't want to hear from me most of the time, especially then. And then yesterday, I figured you were basking in the glory of that win, so I left you alone. Congrats on that Steph dropping 50. There you go. But yeah, you're especially a Warriors homer. Well, I got to go with my Arizona boys. The Suns got to get back on track. That's all.
I don't know if it's bias. I think you'd be more of a bigger expert. I watch them more.
Well, you worked for them, for goodness sakes. You worked for the team. You have rings.
Let me say this. My face has never been more red on this show from laughing. EC, you kill me. You absolutely crack me up. All right, let's get the recap straight up here. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. EC is on Jose Barrios over 2.5 earned runs allowed. Masataka Yoshida over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And a fun parlay to combine for 60-plus points. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. That is priced at -120. Speculators on Jason Tatum over 13.5 rebounds and assists. Mikey B is on Jamal Murray over 24.5 points. And Derek White over 13.5 points. I myself am on the Reds team total over 3.5. All right. So it makes me, EC, you absolutely crack me up. Now, give us something positive. Give us a piece of advice, anything that you've got that we can all ride on. Is there a life mantra you live by?
Yeah. Keep firing. Let's see what we got today. I mean, we saw that the last 8 shows or something like that, I've been brutal. I mean, Friday, I had the whole leather jacket. I ripped that off with the gloves. And then I went 0-3. So then I go on the site. I'm like, I got to be like Mikey B. I got to try to make picks on the site and get me back on track over the weekend. 1-2. I was like, well, at least I got to win with Kevin Durant over in points. I was like, all right, well, that's a start. So I did everybody a favor yesterday. I didn't make picks. We'll see what we got today. Listen, I hope I hit for everybody. And I know there's some of you that are going to fade me. And I'll be honest with you right now, I don't blame you.
Is that on your dating profile? Keep firing.
You know, Mikey, I got to do that. Listen, if you saw my Hinge queue right now, I mean, I got some girls lined up and 0 dates. I got them, like I've been talking to them, and then it's just, I mean, what's going on here?
We've got to get these women. We've got to get these women on the show. Like this has to happen. This has to happen. So I'm putting this out there right now. If anyone is seeing this and you've been communicating with EC on Bumble or any of the other apps, you have my contact information right there. I will have you on the show, ready, prepped, good to go in one day.
Now, AB, by the way, so I learned, I guess Buckets did this a few months ago, and it got him in trouble, and then the girl bailed on him. So I don't tell the girls that I'm on the show until, like, we're getting ready to, like, if go on the first date. Like, I don't want to pull a Buckets for what he did early on there. That was tough.
You got to make sure they're in it for you and not for the show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not for my celebrity, clearly. Yeah, my losing picks here.
In it for you, not for the show. They hear early edge, and it's they get the
yeah, right.
Yeah, it's look. I think they're the ones that are nervous. They're the ones that are nervous. I mean,
oh right. Obviously. Oh yeah, sure. Listen, they get a free meal or free drinks every time. You know. Yeah. So my parlay
that offer absolutely stands. Any girl that is watching the show that is communicating with the EC on any. Even if it's at a bar, it doesn't have to be through a virtual app. I need you on the show. I just absolutely need you on the show. All right. That's enough damage we can do for today. Please hit my inbox with any communications that you've had, and you will be here ready to go. Till then, you know what? We'll be live tomorrow morning, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, normal time. The coach will be back. I know he was there this morning. It was nice to see him. He'll be back here as well. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.